Football Queensland's coverage of the 2019 NPL, NPLW and FQPL season is brought to you by Play Football. Join the team today. Visit playfootball.com.au to find your nearest club. Football Foundation, making football more accessible for every income, every gender, every ability, every background, every Indigenous Queenslander. Donate today.
Two sides at completely different points in their club history. The Wanderers from the Sunshine Coast, in just their second season, have already achieved what others may not in a lifetime. They've won everything on offer this season. They've got the Golden Boot winner through their talisman, Jeremy Stewart. They've gained promotion to the NPL and they've got the premiership. Now they're looking to do what Peninsula Power were able to do last season and do the double by getting the championship this evening. Standing in their way, though, is the Rovers from Rochedale, and exactly 116 kilometres south of their opponents, and where we meet for this evening's contest at Underwood Park. A proud club with a rich 47-year history and are looking to get their first grand final victory since 2011. Youth has officially taken over for the Rovers, with the average age of tonight's squad just over 23 years old. Welcome, ladies and gentlemen, boys and girls. This is the 2019 Football Queensland Premier League Grand Final, with the Sunshine Coast Wanderers taking on the Rochedale Rovers. My name's Jared Neck, and I'm going to be with you for the next couple of hours of what should be a truly mouth-watering contest. Really looking forward to getting into this one tonight. Well, the Sunny Coast, of course, they got the premiership. They finished on top of the table after the regular 18 rounds. As for Rochedale, they finished in fourth, but they've had a couple of victories in their finals campaign to put them where they are tonight. Of course, that victory over Mitchelton and then the victory last weekend over Capalaba. Well, these two sides have played each other 4 times, and the Wanderers have got the upper hand. They've won 3. As for Rochedale, they've just won the 1. And the Wanderers have also won both games this season. The team lineups for tonight, brought to you by for the Sunshine Coast Wanderers, brought to you by Sunshine Mitre 10. They are Denver Crickmore in goals, and in front of him is the number 2, Jeremy Stewart, the informed Golden Boot winner, of course. Number 3, Ben Parkinson. Number 5, Ray Schultz. Number 6, Michael Scarf. Number 7, Carl Vonoff. Number 8, Nick Arden, the captain. Number 9, Luke Varga. Number 10, Brandon Lee. Number 11, Brady Williams. Number 12, Josh Forshay. Number 14, Michael Angus. Number 15, Taylor Walkinshaw. Number 16, James Anticknap. Number 18, Lockie Strogas. And the reserve goalkeeper is Josh Wall. And as for the Rovers, they are sponsored by Antec and Monkey Tree Brewing Company. In goals for them is Declan Murphy, and in front of him is the 2, Phil Davies. Number 5, Joseph Field. Number 8, Caleb Ackland. Number 11, the informed Graham Fife. Number 12, Liam MacArthur. Number 13, Riley Swindells. Number 14, also informed, Todd Norris. Number 17, Reece Bregan. Number 20, Ryan Stenhouse. Number 23, Matt Melville. And on the bench for them is the number 3, Jason Tobin. Number 10, Aidan Walsh. Number 15, Jackson Rossi. Number 16, Bailey Davies. And the reserve goalkeeper, Tom Carroll. Well, things are well and truly building here at Underwood Park. A very, very healthy crowd in attendance tonight for what should be a really, really great contest. The Wanderers are looking to make it 3 grand final wins in as many games after they got the under-18s victory earlier on, and then they've also just managed to get the under-20s victory in extra time. So they're looking to make it 3 with their senior men's squad tonight. The outdoor football season is almost over, but that doesn't mean you have to stop playing. Futsal is perfect for keeping fit and improving your technical skills come season's end. Keep your outdoor team together and play futsal during the off-season. Visit playfutsalqld.com.au to find out more. Our Total Tools officials, referee Martin Hristrov, and he is assisted by Joseph Lee and Ben Orwell. And the fourth official tonight is Jay Hudson. Conditions here at Rochedale, well, it's been a magical day in the southeast of the state. Currently, we're sitting on 16 degrees. It does say it might drop to as low as 7, so it is a chilly winter's night, but no wind to speak of, as we had here, of course, a fortnight ago for that game which the Rochedale Rovers beat Mitchelton in that elimination final. But conditions here are picture perfect, and it should be a really fascinating game as the two sides are about to make their way onto the Underwood Park surface. As the two sides make their way out onto the field, led by the Wanderers captain Nick Arden and the Rovers captain Phil Davies. Wanderers in their white strip, which they've worn for almost all of the season now, and the Rovers are also in their home strip in their yellow and green. Really looking forward to this game getting underway tonight. Should be a fascinating match for sure. Wanderers, as I mentioned, looking to do the double, as Peninsula Power did so successfully last season. And that would cap off what would be a truly remarkable achievement for a club, as I mentioned earlier on, in only their second season. So Paul Arneson's men are looking to conquer tonight. But the Rovers, full of youth, as I did mention, average age of the squad is just over 23 years old. And they've been forced to blood the youth in their team because of injuries to so many of their experienced players. And you know what? It's actually worked out to be a blessing, because they're in arguably the form of their season. 3 wins on the trot, and they come into this game just as confident as the Wanderers that they can get the job done. Mixed with youth, as I said, but don't forget about the experience in their lineup for the Rovers. Of course, I speak of number 11, Graham Fife, who has been a brilliant player for them in this finals campaign so far. He hasn't scored in either of the games in the finals, but he has been really influential in lifting his side, especially in that elimination final against Mitchelton. He also scored last time these two sides met, and he's looking for his first grand final win since 2016, which he had with Redlands in the NPL. So we're just about to get underway. This game promises to have absolutely everything. Wanderers in their white, just breaking away from their huddle, and the Rovers in their yellow and green, breaking away now. And be sure to let us know wherever you are tuning in from, and by putting a comment up on the Facebook live stream, and I'll do my best to give you a shout out. Be fascinated to see where you are watching from tonight's game from. And a lot of people have attended Underwood Park this evening. I can tell you the grandstands up here are jam-packed and very healthy crowd is building as the Rovers get us underway in the grand final. Crickmore off his line. He had to be careful. Bregan was there, but Crickmore was able to collect and release. Here's Parkinson. Early run. It's Strogis out on the right. Cut back. Entignap. Could be a chance here for the Wanderers. Rochedale clear. Momentarily, though. Here's Jeremy Stewart. Not on the same wavelength as Entignap on that occasion. Arden puts his foot through it. Won't want to let Todd Norris on the ball as he's scored two two-goal braces in his past 2 games. Here's Entignap into the box. Challenge coming in, and now the Rovers can clear through Bregan. Here's Reece Bregan with the pace to get around Angus. He's done really well. Got Norris there if he wants. Uses him, just couldn't quite find the ball to his feet, and they've turned it over. It's Jeremy Stewart. First tough challenge there coming in between Stewart and the youngster in Riley Swindells, who is certainly a player to watch. Was really impressed when watching him a fortnight ago, the youngster in the middle of the park there. Forshay with the header. Throw in here for the Rovers. Looking for some movement. Trying to pick out Norris. Forshay gets the header though. Here's Swindells. Field back to Ackland, and also very impressed with the left fullback for the Rovers, Caleb Ackland. He's got speed to burn. Thought he might have even been someone to match up on Jeremy Stewart, but they've opted for Melville out here on the right. My apologies, they've opted for Davies, of course. Head on. Crickmore's got to be careful again. That challenge coming in there. It might have been Field. Crickmore's up okay. Well, he, of course, missed almost a month of football, Denver Crickmore, the Wanderers goalkeeper, after suffering a concussion against Holland Park earlier on this season. And I thought for a moment there it could have been something similar, but he's okay and releasing the Wanderers forward. As Rochedale clear, only for a throw-in, though. Long throw in from Forshay. MacArthur's back there. Fife even lending a hand. And he'll see the ball out, so it will be a Rovers goal kick. An early touch here for Murphy. To Fife. Fife looking for the run of Norris. He's got Walkinshaw for attention, and he's done really well. The Wanderers centre back. They were well and truly tested last weekend in that semi-final against Ipswich, and Ipswich might feel a little unfortunate not to get anything from that game because they were peppering the Wanderers at times, especially in that second half. But eventually the class of the Wanderers was able to step up to the mark, and the ball from Jeremy Stewart found its way through to Parkinson, and that's the match-winning goal that has put them where they are tonight here at Underwood Park in the grand final. Crickmore getting another touch on the ball. It's a little bit loose from Crickmore. Here's Bregan. Could be a chance for the Rovers. Got to get past Schultz. Into the box he goes. Schultz diving in. Won the ball ever so well. Terrific tackle from Ray Schultz, who didn't actually play a minute last weekend, interestingly enough, against the Knights. Paul Arneson almost opting to give the 2018 Football Queensland Premier League Team of the Season member a rest before the big dance tonight. But he's back in, looking for a solid 90 minutes. As it is the Rovers who have the corner. Graham Fife will deliver this ball in. In it goes. Headed away from the Wanderers. Still a chance. Stenhouse back in. Could be a chance. Crickmore punches clear and ever so well. And the Wanderers can clear. He's been heavily involved, Denver Crickmore, in these early exchanges. Walkinshaw with the header. Finds its way to Scarf. Looking for the switch out to Jeremy Stewart. He didn't think that it would get to him. He hesitated, but he's on the ball now. Jeremy Stewart can't get around Davies. And Stewart has left a leg in there on the Rovers captain, so it will be a free kick to the Rovers. The battle between the two number twos tonight should be an intriguing one. Antic-Nap back to Angus. Here's Norris, the informed Todd Norris. Has Stenhouse there if he wants. Does use him eventually. Out to Bregan. This is nice play from the Rovers. Just a touch lacking from Norris, and that allowed the captain, Nick Arden, to get in. Nice ball played across. Here's Lockie Stroggis getting on the end of this one. One-on-one with Melville. Can't get past Melville. They've been up to the task so far, the Rovers defenders. Here's Angus. Michael Angus looking for the switch ball. It's not bad. It's Forshy. What a save from Murphy. What a save that is. Otherwise, it was the opener to the Wanderers. That is a brilliant save from the Rovers shot stopper. What a ball it was from Angus to pick out the run of Forshay. Have the vision to do that. Forshay stayed on side. Did everything right, but the save from Declan Murphy, how crucial could that be? So we've currently got an Instagram poll going, so make sure you jump on the Football Queensland Instagram to see who you think will win tonight's contest. At the moment, it's the Wanderers 76%, up to the Rovers 24%. Here's Antic-Nap looking for the run of Forshay again. Heavily involved in the last couple of minutes, Josh Forshay, but Ackland tracks back nicely. To Murphy it goes. Here's Norris. Antic-Nap, the youngster. Back to Walkinshaw. Now the Wanderers can reset. Rovers, interestingly, just standing off them. They're happy with the Wanderers having the ball back there where they can't do anything with it as such. So that allows Crickmore to have plenty of time to pick out the right ball, and he plays it to Walkinshaw. Walkinshaw marching forward, not sure who he's wanting to pick out on that occasion, and it's gone straight to the Rovers goalkeeper. Forward it goes from him. Norris might try and get on the end of this. Got to be careful here, the Wanderers. I tell you what, Crickmore's been up to the task on every occasion. He's had to do what he just did there multiple times in these opening 10 minutes. But he's been up to the task, the Wanderers shot stopper. Fife can't pick out the run of Norris. Really intrigued to see what sort of contest we're going to get here tonight. Will it be nice free-flowing football as we've seen for so much of this finals campaign, as Parkinson's cleared that ball and it's appeared to have hit a spectator. Good sportsmanship shown there from Parkinson, just checking that he or she was A-OK. It's gone out for a throw-in to the Wanderers. Yes, much of this Football Queensland Premier League finals campaign has been very brilliant, free-flowing football. Probably the game last weekend between the Knights and the Wanderers was the one exception. Not sure if it was the week off that the Wanderers had that played a part to them being a little slow out of the blocks, it's fair to say. But based on what we've seen tonight in these opening exchanges, we should be in for a real treat. Entic Knapp looking to the run of Scarf. He might pick him out. Scarf still could be a chance. Michael Scarf, he turns, gets a shot away. Not far away at all from the Wanderers opener. They've had 2 chances in the opening 10 minutes. This time off target from Scarf. Huge chance there for the Wanderers to take the early lead. Rovers might need to just sharpen up slightly at the back, as it looks like the Wanderers are winning this battle at the minute, though. Of course, there's plenty of time to go. Here's Field out wide. Now the Rovers are looking forward, looking to get forward. Fife's in amongst there. Dispossessed by Entic Knapp. Referee waves play on as well. Stenhouse did ever so well to dispossess Entic Knapp, but he's turned the ball over, has Davies. Out to Jeremy Stewart. 1-on-1 with Phil Davies. What can he do, the Golden Boot winner? Jeremy Stewart to the byline he goes, gets the cut back, and it comes off Melville for a Wanderers corner. So that'll allow the centre-backs and the tall timber to get down from the back, with Arden and Schultz pushing forward. Angus to have the corner, the former Brisbane striker player. In it goes from Angus. Headed away from the Rovers by Field. Stroggis will see it out for a throw-in to the Wanderers. If you are just joining us, the Wanderers had an early chance through Josh Forshey, who's currently taking this throw-in, but a quite remarkable save from Declan Murphy is the reason why the Wanderers haven't got on the score sheet yet. They've settled the better so far, you've got to say. Here's Walkinshaw. There's currently 15 minutes to go in the NPL match between Lions and Redlands. Lions currently 1-0 up. A win for Lions secures the premiership for the 2nd year in a row. So fascinating viewing that one will be, of course. Here's Forshey. Cross it goes, can't get past Davies. Plays it back to his goalkeeper. Murphy puts his foot through it. Looking for the presence of Norris. He's got no one helping him though, and has lost out. Parkinson's done well. Continues his run. Turns it over to Ackland though. Looking for the feet of Norris, but he's heavily marked by Arden, as he has been for these opening moments. The 1-2 between Parkinson and Stroggis. Stroggis will get on the end of this for the Wanderers. Tackle from MacArthur. Ackland's back there to lend a hand as well. He's able to see it out for a throw-in to the Wanderers. Slightly cagey start, you've got to say, to the Rovers in this grand final. Here's Forshey. Finds Stroggis. The back heel. It's brilliant. Forshey looking for Scarf. Bregan gets in the way though. It's coming back in though. Walkinshaw out to Schultz. What can the fullback do for the Wanderers? Decides to link up with Stewart. Gets a 1-2 off him. And the challenge coming in there from Bregan was a little late, and the referee did spot it, so it's going to be a free kick to the Wanderers. Jeremy Stewart might even go across to take. You'd think he'll leave it for the set-piece specialist in Antignap, and it looks like he will. So that'll allow the danger man to get into the box. Very healthy crowd in attendance here tonight at Underwood Park. Grandstands are full, and even the behind the goal on the hill there has got a decent crowd as well. Referee just going over to have a word with Antignap, wanted him to place the ball in the correct spot. Chance here for the Wanderers. On the 15th minute mark, Antignap. In it goes. Could be a chance. Claims for handball. Appeared to have struck the Rovers player in the head, and they're able to clear. Through Bregan. Bregan plays to Fife. Could be a chance if he could find Swindell's in the middle. They had numbers streaming forward, but he was dispossessed ever so well by Parkinson. Still a chance for the Rovers. This is better. Moving forward now, much more positive. Ackland to Stenhouse. Back to Ackland. Fife getting involved in the middle of the park. Brilliant build-up play. Can there be a finished product? Ackland gets his head to it. Just wide of the post. Thought for a second that might have been nestling into the net from Caleb Ackland, down from fullback. That was brilliant from the Rochedale Rovers on that occasion. Lions are now 2-0 up against Redlands and have one hand on the NPL Queensland Premiership trophy with less than 10 minutes to go. What an achievement that is from the Lions. Here's Davies with the throw-in for the Rovers. MacArthur, bit of an up and under from him. Luckily, he shows some composure on the ball this time. Stenhouse looking for Ackland, who had that chance a moment ago. Here is Ackland. Continues his run, links up with Fife. I did mention in the pre-game he'd be one to watch out for, the speedy fullback, the youngster for the Rovers, and he hasn't disappointed me. The youthful Rochedale Rovers, average age in their squad tonight, just over 23 years old. They've been forced to play their youth due to the injuries of so many of their players, their experienced players. And it's worked out very well for them. Trying to take a quick throw in. There were the Rovers. Referee puts it back though. And Arneson playing a few games there with the Rovers. Fullback eventually gets the ball now. Here's Fife. Turn it over cheaply to Antignap. Stroggis just couldn't turn MacArthur, who did well to stand him up. Stroggis, brilliant ball to Parkinson. Nice play, but dispossessed by Stenhouse, who's got Davies on the right if he wants, uses him. What can the Rovers captain do? Just looking for numbers ahead of him. He was held up well by Angus. Stenhouse with the switch to the left this time to Ackland. Field on the ball, the inform Joseph Field, 4 goals in 4 games, of course. Ball played forward. Can Norris get on the end of this? No. Crickmore off his line smartly. He's had to do that on a handful of occasions, Denver Crickmore. Otherwise, Norris would have been in. Melville. Over this one, the header from Davies. Swindells, he'll get another chance at it. Angus is in solidly. Bit of pinball in amongst there. The header from Strogas. Late from Melville, so another free kick to the Wanderers. This time it looks like it'll be the former Brisbane striker in Michael Angus to take. Angus is over it. In it goes for the Wanderers into the box. Couldn't quite find a teammate, but it'll come back in through Antignat. Got Forshea there, uses him eventually, but Forshea was wrong-footed and the ball goes out for a goal kick to the Rovers. FQ is excited to announce the launch of a new referee website, a comprehensive online resource for referees across Queensland. The FQ referee website has been developed to assist match officials of all skill levels and qualifications to grow their understanding of the game and progress through refereeing pathways in the state. Header from Schultz. Angus, who's been heavily involved. On the ball, back to Schultz it goes from Stewart. This is nice from the Wanderers. Ball played to Scarf from Strogas. What can Nick Scarf do with this? One-on-one with Melville. Opts to play it to Stewart. Stewart looking to get the shot away. To Parkinson it goes. And two linking up on this occasion as they did so very well last week, of course. Touch from Arden. Had enough on it to get it to Walkinshaw from the Wanderers captain. Nice touch there from Forshea. Finds its way to Strogas. At times there's been some very nice build-up play from both sides, but that final ball has been lacking with both defences being able to get that important interception. Could have easily been 2 or 3 goals by now, with the Wanderers having 2 huge chances, and of course the Rovers with that header from Ackland. Arden puts his foot through it and says to Strogas, chase that one down. MacArthur, got to be careful, and he is. Plays it to Ackland. Ackland, nice ball, finds Fife, who thought for a second he might have had a bit of space to turn, but Angus did well. Here's Parkinson, can't turn Stenhouse, and he's given away the free kick against the Rovers midfielder, the ever-experienced Stenhouse. To Melville it goes. Melville looking for the run of field and finding him, the chest down to Norris. Todd Norris does get around Arden momentarily, but he's done well to hold him up. Nice play though from Norris, out to Davies it goes. Phil Davies looking for the ball across, but didn't get the contact required on that, and it sailed over the goals from the Rovers captain. So Crickmore with another touch on the ball, this time from the goal kick for the Wanderers. Forshea is there, and it has come off him for a Rovers throw-in. Ackland to take. Forshea with the header. There's Angus, who's been absolutely everywhere in this first half. Michael Angus. Scarf, the early ball out to Jeremy Stewart. It might fall. Fortunately, he tries the first time. Audacious attempt from Jeremy Stewart. He missed on that occasion, but by gee, hasn't he scored some crackers similar to that? this season. 21, of course, for the Golden Boot winner. And I think Paul Arneson will be content with him trying shots like that, because he knows more often than not they find their way to the back of the net. He's had a stellar season as the Wanderers forward. Stroggis looking to get around Ackland. MacArthur in to help a hand, but Ackland's given away the free kick. So another free kick to the Wanderers. They've had a few in the opening 25 minutes. Entic Knapp, the youngster, over it for the Wanderers. In it goes. Forshay's in there. Could be a chance. Walkinshaw. Rovers are going to get it clear eventually. Here's Ackland. Gave away the free kick a moment ago. Looking to redeem himself. That's about the only bad thing he's done, though, in this game. Been terrific, the Rovers fullback. Walkinshaw's got to be careful, he is. The Wanderers have worked this nicely all the way out to Schultz. Schultz to Stewart. Touch is a little heavy, but able to get it back to Schultz. Schultz looking for the presence of Scarf. He was just looking for the flick onto Stroggis, but Ackland, as he's been up to the task so often in this game, was up to the task again there. Here's Stewart. Wanderers get it back. Parkinson in the middle of this brilliant Underwood Park surface. Out to Walkinshaw. Stroggis couldn't get it past that man again, Caleb Ackland. Now the Wanderers to reset through Arden. Out to the fullback in Schultz. Got Stewart there if he wants. Uses him to Scarf. Wanderers just looking to get a spell of possession on the ball. Played forward. Here's Stroggis. Does well to play it to Stewart. Stewart looking to link up with Entic Knapp, who's brought down in a dangerous position. Stenhouse giving away the free kick. Might be a few of the Wanderers players wanting to take this. In the end, it has been left for James Entic Knapp by the looks. Might be a little too far out to go for goal, but you never know. The Wanderers do look like they're setting up, though, for a ball to the back post. You just never know what to expect, though, from the Wanderers this season. Entic Knapp. In it goes. Scarf's there. Could be a chance. Still could be a chance for the Wanderers just over the bar. And in the end, it's taken a touch off the Rochedale player, so almost an own goal. Didn't quite catch who it was back there. Might have been MacArthur even. And eventually he's done enough to see it out, only for a corner to the Wanderers. Angus across to take. Wanderers are pressing here. With just under 15 to half time. Michael Angus. In it goes. It's low. It's found its way to Arden, the captain, the Wanderers captain. Blocked by the Rovers. Out it goes for a corner. Well, Nick Arden hasn't scored a goal for the Wanderers in both seasons, and his eyes lit up there when it fell to him almost on the penalty spot. He did have a wall of Rovers players in front of him, though, so it was a tough ask. Entic Knapp across to deliver this ball in from the left this time. Had plenty of corners and plenty of free kicks. In it goes. Be a chance. Scarf's in there. Murphy punches clear. Fife's got to be careful. Back to Davies it goes. Entic Knapp's done really well to keep that ball in. And the ball across. Could be a chance. It's Walkinshaw. And the referees spotted the free kick to the Rovers. Wouldn't have mattered anyway. And yes, just touching on that game again in the NPL. The Lions have won 2-0 over Redlands. So they are the 2019 premiers in the NPL. Congratulations to them. What an effort from the Lions. Back to the action here though, now at Underwood Park. Here's Scarf. Just wasn't on the right wavelength there with Stroggis on that occasion, and Murphy can settle. Out to Melville it goes. Another one of these youngsters for the Rovers. Well, how about that for a takedown from Fife, but the referee has spotted a handball from Fife for a second. I thought that was an amazing touch, which we know he's capable of. Graham Fife, of course. Such an important part of the Rovers setup with 12 goals this season. Forward it goes. Chance for Scarf, but Murphy off his line. Now to Melville. Now it's the Wanderers who are happy to just let the Rovers have the ball back there. Forward it goes, looking for Norris. And the referee has given the free kick to the Rovers. The push there from the Wanderers captain in Arden. Spotted on Norris. Every time Todd Norris has got on the ball, he's had his back to the goal, just hasn't been able to turn and run forward. So I'm sure that'll be something that the Rovers will be looking to work on in the second half. As Fife standing over this one. Stenhouse could be a chance. Puts it wide, the Rovers midfielder. Huge chance for the Rovers on that occasion. Could easily have been 3 or 4 goals in this first half. Somehow it's being kept 0-0. Thanks largely to both goalkeepers, of course. Especially that save from Declan Murphy. Well, if they go on to win this game, the Rovers, that save will be talked about for years to come. Here's Bregan getting around Parkinson. This is nice from the Rovers youngster. The ball across. Norris is there. Could be a chance. It's in from field. The Rovers get the opener here just after 30 minutes. The run on the side from Bregan. The cutback. Norris was there. Crickmore couldn't collect, and it fell to Joseph Field, who has now scored 5 goals in 5 games. And you've got to say that's against the run of play.
Also for Rochedale Rovers, number 5,
Crickmore also protesting, and he has picked up a yellow card. The Wanderers goalkeeper in amongst all of that. Well, you've got to say it's against the run of play. The Wanderers have looked quite comfortable. They've only gone forward a couple of times, the Rovers. Mind you, when they have gone forward, they have looked dangerous. And dangerous on that occasion. The youngsters combining again. Reece Bregan down the right. Lunging to get that ball back across. Did ever so well. Norris caused a bit of confusion in amongst there, and Field was not going to miss from there. And now the Rovers are on the charge again here through Davies. Bregan, a touch too heavy on this occasion by the Rovers forward. Referee waves play on. No, he'll bring it back to the free kick against Bregan on this occasion. Schultz has stayed down for the Wanderers. Joseph Field has scored his 5th goal for the season, and all of them coming in the past 5 games. So, boy, oh boy, isn't he in some form. Strongest couldn't turn Melville. Here's Bregan. Had a chance a moment ago. Parkinson brings him down. Referee thinks about it and eventually does give the free kick to the Rovers, much to the Wanderers' disgust on that occasion. He thought about it for a while, the referee, but eventually he did blow the whistle for the tackle against Parkinson, who shakes his head in disbelief. Couldn't believe it. From this angle, it did look like he may have appeared to get the ball, but it was a 50-50 for sure. Could have gone either way, really. Davies couldn't link up with Bregan. Strongest slipping over on the pitch. Here's Swindells. This is really nice play from the Rovers. Finds its way to Norris. Norris gets the ball across but can't get it past Denver Crickmore in goals. Well, that's well and truly livened this game up. You can feel the intensity has lifted here, and the Wanderers have realised they're going to have to take it to another notch. As Nap couldn't find the run of Stewart, but it's come off a Rovers player for a corner. Can they bounce back here before half-time, the Wanderers, to level things up? Corner for Nap to take. He's had plenty of practice. The Wanderers midfielder, and it goes from James Nap. Could be a chance. Walkinshaw was in there causing havoc, and Melville stayed down, so the referee will have to pull this back. Could be a head collision as well. And as we just wait for Matt Melville, the injury of him. Audi Mini Roos Kickoff, in a nutshell, is an introductory program for children aged between 4 and 9 years old. Each weekly 45-minute game-based, and each child receives an Audi Mini Roos participant pack, which includes a boot bag, football, water bottle, and sticker sheet. As Melville gets back up to his feet now. Glad to see that he's back up and A-OK, because for a minute I thought it might have been a horrible head clash. But the Rovers youngster back to his feet. It'll be a drop ball, and Forshey plays it straight back to Murphy. Good sportsmanship shown. So just under 7 minutes here to go before half-time. Can the Rovers get a second? Here's Bregan. 1-on-1 with Schultz. It looked like he may have got around him momentarily, but Schultz was up to the task, but he had to see it out for a corner. Fife will deliver the in-swinger on his trusty left foot. Can they get the sucker punch here, the Rovers, and make it 2 before half-time, which would really hurt the Wanderers against the run of play? Fife, in it goes from him, and it's a long loopy corner, and the referee spotted the free kick there against the Rovers. Crickmore with the direct route, looking for Strogus. He just couldn't quite turn Lockie Strogus, the former Moreton Bay player. Arden with the header. Swindells in the middle of the park. Stenhouse, it's going to have a little bit too much on it, and goes down just beneath our broadcast position. Schultz with the throw in right on halfway. Here's Stewart. Does well to evade a couple of challenges coming in. Plays it to Walkinshaw. Taylor Walkinshaw. Nap has gone over. Still going, Taylor Walkinshaw. Stenhouse getting back to lend a hand though. Murphy's got to be careful. Clears it, only as far as Angus, who's turned the ball over to Bregan, and Bregan will continue a driving run. Plenty of numbers forward for the Rovers. Bregan still going, Reece Bregan. What an exciting run that was. And Arden had to stand up and be the ever so strong captain he is and put the ball out, and he's having a few words to his charges just before half time, because he knows 2-0 down. It's certainly not game over, but it would be a sucker punch. Davies not on the same wavelength as Fife, and it's gone out for a goal kick to the Wanderers. Crickmore to take, and of course the outdoor football season, well, it's almost over, but that doesn't mean you have to stop playing. Futsal is perfect for keeping fit and improving your technical skills come season's end. Keep your outdoor team together and play futsal during the off-season. Visit playfutsalqld.com.au to find out more. As Norris goes forward here for the Rovers, still going Todd Norris. Out to Bregan, who's got his tail well and truly up. Reece Bregan taking everyone on. He might fall for Norris. Schultz had to be very careful, and he was. He cleared it out for a corner. Well, Reece Bregan, hasn't he been a spark in this first half for the Rovers? Wasn't really seen a lot in the opening, say, 20 minutes. But every time he is getting the ball now, the quick winger for the Rovers, he is looking to take on every Wanderers player he can. He has got his confidence well and truly up. Fife delivers this corner in. It's a similar one. 2 before. Melville's there. Wanderers can't get it clear. Out to Davies. Back out to Fife to deliver another ball in. Graham Fife, he's 1-on-1 with Angus. Graham Fife, the cutback eventually, but it does go out. So Angus did well to defend. As we have just under 3 minutes here left in this first half, not including injury time, of course. And here's Bregan again. This time he looks to play a ball across to Norris. May have been better to just keep doing what he has been doing and run straight at the Wanderers' defence. Ball couldn't make its way through to Strogas, and Murphy will collect. And as we end this first half, we've got to look back on how it started with that huge chance to Josh Forshey. Saved ever so well from Declan Murphy. That will be on the highlight reels, of course. Here's Swindells. Riley Swindells. Well, he'd confused the Wanderers players, but in the end he was looking to play it back to Davies, who's caught out of position. Could be a chance. Goes through to Stewart. Stewart just a bit too much on that for Strogas. And Murphy can collect again. This is good free-flowing football. Took a while to liven up the contest, but it is well and truly alive now. And it sets up a grandstand second half. If the first half ends like this, the Wanderers will throw everything in the second half, you feel. Forshey couldn't get it past Ackland. He wanted the free kick, but his claims fall on deaf ears. Norris in a wider position this time. Plays it out to the fullback in Davies. Got numbers in the middle as well. One of them is Graham Fife. Graham Fife looking to get on his left. He couldn't, and he turned the ball over to Stewart. Stewart can't get past Swindells, who stands up really well in the challenge. And Davies straight to Crickmore. So a bit of sloppiness there just before half time. Stroggers to Stewart. And Jeremy Stewart spark them into action to potentially get one before half time. Out wide it goes to Forshay. His touch has let him down though on that occasion. So let's say throw into the Rovers as we enter into injury time with just the 1 minute to play here of injury time. He's walking short. So the Wanderers, if they're going to do the double, they're going to have to come from behind here. Against the Rovers, who, as I said, they've got their tails up. You can really feel it. Here's Forshay. Out to Antiknap. Can they get something right on the edge of half-time? Forshay dispossessed ever so well by Ackland, and that almost might be it. Could be another chance though. Schultz spots the run far post. It's Forshay, falls out to Stroggers. Stroggers looking to get the ball across. It's Parkinson, he hits it. Just couldn't quite get the connection. Would have been a difficult chance, that one, with the ball bobbling around, and that will be that for the first half, with the referee blowing his whistle. It is the Rochedale Rovers who lead this contest 1-0 thanks to that strike from the Rochedale Rovers of Joey Field. The build-up play from Bregan out wide, got it across to Norris, who caused some confusion, and Joey Field tucked it home for the opener to the Rovers. Join us for the second half.
Why do I play football?
Why do we play football? I play for fitness.
For competition.
Community spirit.
It's healthy and safe.
And fun.
I play for celebration.
What's your reason? Join our team.
swear a lot at Total Tools. We swear by our range. We swear by our service. And of course, we swear by our prices. So you'll know that you're buying at the best price every day. Total Tools. Every tool, every trade.
Some of these kids, we've got some talent at the football club, and everybody's excited for the season ahead.
We're incredibly lucky to have this special partnership with Sunshine Mitre 10. It is truly amazing. Sunshine Coast Wanderers are a non-for-profit semi-professional club, so it's vital having the support of Sunshine Mitre 10.
It's a perfect partnership for us, and it's a very generous thing they're doing for their community.
We just saw it as a perfect fit for our business. The Wanderers using local abilities, local talent and local support. It's us. And so obviously to see Sunshine Mitre 10 on the Sunshine Coast Wanderers jerseys is just brilliant.
Sunshine Coast Wanderers have licences in the NPL Ladies competition and the Queensland Premier League Men's, as well as our SAP skills acquisition stage for the boys. As we go from under 9s to senior men in the boys' side, and we've got from under 15s to senior women in the ladies' side.
My name's Paul Anderson, head coach of the Sunshine Coast Wanderers, originally from England, but been living in Australia for the last 6 years. They finished 5th in their first season, so a very good start. So if we can build on that and try and get into the top 4, if not the top 2.
Just be mindful where the duo goes, just be mindful where he's at on the field.
The opportunity to coach this team was too much to turn down.
As an ex-phys ed teacher, football is one of those games that has involvement for all families, all genders, and even to an extent all ages.
Hi, I'm Anthony Roche. I'm the senior coach of the Sunshine Coast Wanderers women's team. The last 2 games we've done extremely well and picked up victories against 2 quality opposition.
We wish them all the very best for 2019. We're looking forward to what the year brings.
When we found out what a broker was and how they could help us, it was amazing. If you go to a bank, they're always going to push their own product, whereas with a mortgage broker, there's so many different loans at their disposal. They can really hone in on what you need and what's going to service you the best.
You know that you're going to feel supported, you know that you're going to get exactly what you came in for, and you know they're going to make it as smooth and easy as possible.
Hey guys, it's Andy here from Football Queensland. I'm checking in with you guys because I have a really exciting opportunity for anyone that played Aldi Mini Roos football in 2019. We are looking for the new face of Aldi Mini Roos to be our 2020 Play Football campaign front runner. Now we are looking for you guys to send in your videos of you acting. You could be introducing your dog, your cat, your mum, your dad, your football team, whatever it may be. Send us your videos and you may just be the star of Aldi Mini Roos in Queensland. Looking forward to seeing all your videos and picking that next front runner. See you guys soon. Check it out.
Oh, that's an excellent effort. Oh, what a goal. Oh, that is spectacular from Jaden. Stand up! Stand up! Get in there!
Riding with the volley, and we have a goal! First time volley there, Keegan riding for flying.
Welcome back, everyone, to this second half, which has just kicked off here at Underwood Park. And it is the Rochedale Rovers leading the Sunshine Coast Wanderers, the premiers, the Sunshine Coast Wanderers, 1-0, thanks to a 33rd minute goal from Joseph Field. Brilliant build-up play from a player that had a terrific first half in Reece Bregan, getting the ball back across. Todd Norris in amongst there, and eventually it fell to Joey Field, scoring his 5th goal in as many matches, the informed Joe Field. Arden with the ball across. Murphy's got to be careful, heads it. Stewart might try this first time. He does. Jeremy Stewart, for a second, you just thought that could have gone anywhere and could have even gone in the back of the net. Jeremy Stewart, that's the sort of player he does, taking those opportunistic chances on the volley. But fortunately for the Rovers, it went wide for a throw-in to them. Ackland clears. Here's Schultz. Angus with the flick over, who was involved in everything in that first half. Walkinshaw right underneath us here on halfway. Here's Antignat. This is nice from the Wanderers. Out to Strogus. He's got Melville there for attention. Thought he might have used Forshay, but he's held onto the ball, the former Moreton Bay player. Here's Walkinshaw. Back to his fellow centre-back in Arden. Out to Schultz. The Wanderers keeping possession ever so well. Nice turn there from Stewart. Just the ball from Strogus. Let the Wanderers down on that occasion. Forshay looking to take on Ackland. That might be a tough task though, because he's got plenty of pace back there. Walkinshaw diving into that one. The referee waves play on, and Bregan picks it up and goes for a driving run. He's appeared to have left a late leg in there on Schultz. Now the Wanderers' turn to settle. Well, you feel like much of this second half is going to be a lot like this. It's helter-skelter stuff, I can tell you, in the opening 2 or so minutes here, as Parkinson cheaply gives the ball away. Back to Murphy it goes, who of course had that quite spectacular save in the first half from the shot of Forshay. Norris in the middle of the park appeared to fall uncomfortably, but he's back up. Rovers see it out for a throw-in. Don't forget to follow Football Queensland on Instagram and Facebook for the latest. Just break away from that because Strogus tries the shot. Well wide though of the goals there from Lockie Strogus. Yes, don't forget to follow Football Queensland on Instagram and Facebook for the latest football news and events across the state. You can find us at Football QLD. Murphy will clear from the goal kick. What a second half we have in store here. Hope you've enjoyed the coverage so far, wherever you're tuning in from. Or whether you're even tuning in whilst at the game. I can tell you there is a very, very healthy crowd here on a cold winter's night, it's got to be said. Here's Davies. Out wide to Norris. Gets it back. Does the Rovers captain. Nice play out wide. Norris looking to keep this ball in. He will do so. Run of 5. Thought about that. Put it back on his left. Got to be careful. Walkinshaw and Crickmore. Forshay will keep it in. But he has turned the ball over to Stenhouse. Is just a little flat after conceding that goal, as Swindells just couldn't quite pick out Norris. Yes, I did feel the goal was slightly against the run of play that the Rovers scored. Did appear the Wanderers were keeping on to the possession and had a few chances, of course, going forward, but once the Rovers got that opening goal, it was all one-way traffic. And they're looking to continue that in the second half, are the Rovers. In front of this Big crowd at their home ground, Underwood Park. As Davies is across to take the throw-in. Wanderers have only lost 4 out of their past 25 league games if you include the back end of last season, so this would be a shock to them, and they've only lost 1 in their past 12 games, of course. So they are hard to beat, but there's plenty of time left to get back into this game. Bregan skips around Schultz ever so well. Reece Bregan, far post. Field will try track this ball in. He does so. Joseph Field, the goal scorer. Arden is across. Here's Ackland to Swindells, the youngster. Has a bit of space ahead of him if he wants to use. Plays it to Norris. Norris gets the ball to Field. Field back to Swindells. This is brilliant play. And Crickmore is across to collect for the Wanderers. And he's having a chat to the referee as he felt Swindells might have been a little late on the Wanderers shot stopper. Ball played across. Here's Entignap, one-on-one with Ackland. James Entignap, the flick over, looking for Stroggers. Goes down, edge of the area. Might have even been in the penalty area. Referee waves play on though. Stroggers got bowled over. It was an awkward challenge, you got to say, coming in from Melville. Chest down from Davies. Well, yes, the Wanderers have already had what is a famous day in the club's, just the club's second season. Of course, they've taken out the under-18s grand final and also the under-20s grand final, and they're looking to make it a perfect sweep in this match we're currently witnessing. But at the moment, they are down. What an achievement that will be if they can do all 3 in a club only in their second season. A huge boost for Sunshine Coast football, you do feel. Davies, Norris with the chest down. Bregan just taking on the Wanderers players as he did so in much of that first half, and Parkinson cynically dragged him back and has received the yellow card. Chance here for the Rovers from the free kick. Field was up amongst there. Walkinshaw will see it out though for a goal kick. For Crickmore to take. Well, Denver Crickmore, he made the Football Queensland Team of the Season after 9 rounds, did the former Redlands and Brisbane Raw Youth goalkeeper. He's been a big reason they only conceded the 23 goals in the regular season, which was the best in the league, and he did, as I mentioned earlier, miss nearly a month of football after suffering a concussion earlier on this season, and he's up and is okay tonight though. The Wanderers shot stopper. Here's MacArthur. Forward it goes. Norris with the flick on. Reece Bregan, whenever he gets the ball, he's just picking it up, and he's only got one thing on his mind: take on the Wanderers players. Stewart's turned the ball over. It just hasn't quite fallen for the Golden Boot winner tonight with 21 goals so far this season for him, and of course one last week, and also setting up what was the eventual match winner. He's scored 2 goals in each of his 2 games against the Rovers earlier this season. And in fact, he's only failed to score in 5 league games so far this season. So the Wanderers talisman will be wanting to show everyone what he is about in this second half. You feel there's a huge chance that he will be involved. Davies with the throwing, couldn't get it past Stroggis though. We'll get another chance though. Schultz clears. It's got to be a Rovers throw in right on halfway. As the game just takes a quick breather here. It's been played at a very high intensity to open these second half. As it goes out for a Wanderers throw-in for Schultz to take, the 2018 Football Queensland Premier League Team of the Season member. He's had his work cut out tonight, has Schultz, with Bregan out there on that right. Here's Norris, looking for the run of field, couldn't get it past Arden though. Forshak. Here's Parkinson, he picks it up. And Parkinson, goal scorer from last week. Just hasn't quite fallen for the Wanderers tonight. Still plenty to go though, of course, in this game as they look to reset through Crickmore. Out to Walkinshaw. Got Paddock in front of him. The Wanderers defender. Plays it to Stewart. Stewart couldn't get it to Antignam. Norris, brilliant layoff to Fife. He thought he might have played him. He does play him eventually. Here's a chance, huge chance for the Rovers. Norris still going. It's in the back of the net. The Rovers make it 2 just after half-time. Thanks to that man, Todd Norris. He was heavily involved with the first goal. And he was able to get around Forshak and put it in the back of the net for the Rovers to go 2-0 up here. You thought for a second that the chance might have been lost with Fife just delaying the ball to him, but eventually he did get it to him. And he knew exactly what he was doing, Graham Fife. He played it to Norris. And Norris skipped around the Wanderers' defence and tucked it home. For a second of the Rochedale Rovers. Well, what have the Wanderers got now? They've been so good for so long in this season. But this is well and truly backs to the wall stuff. But you know that they will not give up. Schultz to Angus. Back to Schultz it goes. Scarf calling for it. Antignap arriving. Could be a chance. James Antignap still in there. Ackland puts it out. So it's a corner to the Wanderers. Antignap across. Numbers in the middle for the corner for the Wanderers. In it goes, Walkinshaw trying to meet it. It's Jeremy Stewart. What a save again. Staying big, Declan Murphy. Otherwise, Jeremy Stewart had another goal. Well, Todd Norris has scored 2 2-goal braces in his past 2 games. So the 2 informed players, him and Joseph Field, have got on the score sheet to put the Rovers 2-0 up. Antignap though, the corner as the Wanderers look to bounce back. Angus headers it back out to Antignap. Fife intercepts, clears it upfield. Swindells is trying to track this ball down. Parkinson's got to be careful, he is. He plays it forward. Walkinshaw's actually stayed up there and he gets around Ackland and the referee gives the free kick to the Rovers. And the Wanderers players can't believe it. They thought that was a legitimate tackle from Walkinshaw. If they hadn't allowed play to go, they were well and truly on. What have the Wanderers got? The Rovers are in the form of their season, and what a time to be in the form of your season. Here's Norris. Partly due to that man, of course, Todd Norris. His 5th goal in the past 3 games. Fife takes the throw in. Arden dispossesses Norris. Enticknap, Forshay. This is better from the Wanderers. And they turn the ball over. They'll get it back though. Scarf's got to be careful. Referee gives the free kick to the Wanderers. So half an hour to go here at Underwood Park. What a half an hour it could be. The Wanderers could pinch a goal. It would well and truly set up a grandstand finish, whereas if the Rovers get a goal, as Walkinshaw just misdirects that ball. Yes, if the Rovers could get a goal, well, that could easily be game, set and match. And this young, youthful side of the Rochedale Rovers might be on their way. But still plenty of time left for the Wanderers to get back into it. Field. Norris looking to track this ball down. He's done well to keep it in. In fact, he's found its way through to Field. Walkinshaw had to be careful. He got the tackle in, but it's fallen back for Field. Turns it over to Enticknap. Nice turn from him as well. He thought about the ball to Stewart, who's now out on this right-hand side. So he's momentarily swapped sides. Stroggis going forward. He's got to get around Davies, though, Lockie Stroggis. To Scarfs. They stand off him. Scarf might try the shot. He does. Not too far wide in the end from Scarf, but Murphy well and truly had his angles covered. Rovers defenders, one of the first times that they've just sort of stood off the Wanderers, and it opened up ever so fortunately for Mick Scarf, but just couldn't direct it goal bound. Murphy been so influential in this game with those 2 brilliant saves. That one in the first half and staying strong in the second half with the shot from this man, Jeremy Stewart. Flick over, looking to Scarf. Davies is back there, clears. Throw into the Wanderers. Stroggis will take. Quick throw into Enticknap. Gets it back off him, so it goes out for a corner. To the Wanderers. Enticknap's already across there to take. As I mentioned, they were the best defence in the league in the regular season, but they've conceded 2 tonight so far. Walkinshaw's in there. The referee gives the free kick again to the Rovers, and Wanderers players also can't believe it again. They felt that was okay, but the infringement there on Murphy. Forward it goes from Murphy. He's looking for Field. Comes off Forshay. So it'll be a throw in for Fife to take right down beneath our broadcast position. Fife looking for the run of Norris. Arden's got to be careful. He just boots it upfield. Scarf. Terrific header from Scarf, but couldn't get it past Ackland. Davies has got to be careful. Might work out, fortunately, eventually for the Rovers. Fife just settles on the ball out to Stenhouse. Stenhouse looking for the run of Bregan. Is he onside? He is onside. Reece Bregan. Still he goes, Reece Bregan. Into the box. Can he get the shot away? Bregan, saved by Crickmore, gets down well to his left. Well, that could have easily been that. Reece Bregan He's playing like a man possessed tonight. He has been absolutely everywhere. And he's currently down. I'm not sure exactly what happened there, but he has stayed down, the Rovers speedster. As the Rovers will be in absolutely no rush to get on with things here with just under 25 minutes to play.
Today's Football Queensland finals have been brought to you by the sponsors.
Visit footballqueensland.com.au for all the latest NPL, NPLW, FQPL and community news from across the state.
Green Energy Queensland, Total Tools and Pila.
As Bregan is back up to his feet now, he's going to go off momentarily, but he appears to be A-OK. Crickmore looking to get on with things quickly, as it'll be a drop ball, which the Rovers don't contest. So Bregan enters the field of play. Played across, could be a chance. Scarf just couldn't quite outreach the stretching arms of Murphy. Clears it upfield. Only as far as Arden though. Strogus will try keep this ball in. He's done so ever so well. Melville puts it out. As I mentioned earlier, the Wanderers looking for their third grand final success today, with the under-18s getting up and also the under-20s getting up. They've got their backs to the wall at the moment. Can they turn this around? Angus couldn't link up with Strogus. Davies does well to Norris, the layoff. Arden is in really strongly, the Wanderers captain on that occasion. He was looking to release Jeremy Stewart, but the ball just a little too direct on that occasion. It's been heavily marked tonight. The Golden Boot winner in Jeremy Stewart. Done a really good job defensively, have the Rovers. Header from field. As far as Crickmore, and Stewart's going to be flagged for offside here. Just over 20 minutes remaining here at Underwood Park on a slightly cool winter's night, but that hasn't stopped the fans from coming out. I can tell you, a serious crowd on hand here at Underwood Park to witness something special from either of these two sides. And at the moment it's the Rovers who are going to be lifting the title. Feifel looked to keep the ball in, but couldn't get around Crickmore, and it goes out for a goal kick to the Wanderers. As it looks like the Rovers are going to make their first sub of this evening. Scott McNichol going to his bench. It's the number 13, Riley Swindells,
Second half substitution for Rochedale,
who is going to be replaced by the number 3, Jason Tobin. So Tobin will just slot into that centre-back role to shore things up. And that'll cause a reshuffle. Looks like MacArthur is going to go into more of a midfield role. Stewart, can he get on the end of this? Jeremy Stewart, the back heel, just not enough on it for Forshea, and Ackland clears. Walkinshaw. Angus Out to Schultz, and Wanderers looking to reset this time. You know they're going to be testing the Rovers' goal. They won't want to go out after having such a good season. They won't want to go out like this. Here's Angus. Out to Walkinshaw. The Wanderers centre back. Back to Angus, getting plenty of touches. Back to his captain, in Arden. Here's Schultz, just looking for runners ahead of him. One of them is Scarf. To Parkinson, nice possession from the Wanderers. Parkinson out wide to Stroggis. They've got numbers in the middle if Stroggis can pick someone out. Across it comes. Ackland headers, only as far as Walkinshaw. It's going to come back in. Scarf couldn't get the flick on. Still the Wanderers have the ball though. Can they get a goal to get them back into this contest? Here's Antiknap. It'll fall for Walkinshaw. One-on-one with Field. He's done really well, Taylor Walkinshaw. The ball across, there's Stewart. Gets the shot away. Looks like it took a deflection off the Rovers defender. So it's going to be a corner to the Rovers as they're, to the Wanderers, sorry, as they're just starting to build. That was better from the Wanderers in this second half. Here's Antiknap from the corner. The set-piece specialist. There's Walkinshaw trying to rise. Fife for the Rovers can clear. And that might not be a bad ball at all. He's looking for the run of Field. Stroggis looking to turn him. He's turned the ball over. Lockie Stroggis. Fife's got Norris in the middle if he wants. Still he keeps the ball, Graham Fife. Back to Field. Here's Stenhouse now. Field just mistiming that pass. Gets the ooze of the crowd. MacArthur has got to be careful with that ball because Scarf was there. Out to Davies it goes. As we have just under 20 minutes to play here. Still going, Davies allowed to run. Norris will keep this ball in. Ball across, but Walkinshaw is there. Now Stewart to Angus. Antiknap's out on this right-hand side this time, so Stewart has switched again to the left. Here he is on the ball, the Golden Boot winner. And he's turned the ball over just as I talk him up. Arden will play it back to Crickmore. And he plays it to Walkinshaw. Rovers comfortable at the moment. Just defending the Wanderers, who haven't been able to break down the Rovers' defence in this second half. Tobin, the substitute, gets an important touch there ahead of Stroggis. Flick from Field didn't come off, and he's turned the ball over, and the switch from Angus is a nice one. Out to Schultz, who'll get down from fullback. To Scarf. He'll use Jeremy Stewart. Out on the left-hand side, Stewart is. Can't get it past Melville, who stands up really well in the challenge. Quick throw into Parkinson. Back to Stewart it goes. Linking up with Schultz. Still he'll have the ball. Stewart couldn't get it past Davies. Parkinson's still there though. Ben Parkinson, edge of the area, he goes down. Referee thinks about it, and he's going to point to the spot. Well, you saw the referee, he had to think about it. It was like he was going to call it straight away. And then I think the Wanderers players went, well, are you going to call it? And he did. And it is a penalty, and it is a yellow card to Phil Davies. He's just picked up a yellow card. So this is a chance for the Wanderers to get back into this contest and set up a grandstand finish with just over 15 minutes to play. Scarf is over it. Whether you like the decision or not, the referee has given it, and it is a penalty to the Wanderers. Scarf Mick Scarf, can he get his 8th goal of the season and get the Wanderers back in it? One-on-one with Murphy. Scarf hits it. It's saved by Murphy. And Scarf again. He tucks it home. So it's 2-1 here, and hold on to your hats, folks, because this could be anything with just over 15 to play. What a save first time from Declan Murphy. He has been absolutely unbelievable tonight, but he just couldn't quite keep out the second attempt. And Mick Scarf gets his 8th goal of the season to set up a grandstand finish here and make it 2-1, as it is the Rovers going to their bench for the second time tonight, with the number 12, Liam MacArthur, being replaced by the number 15, Jackson Rossi. So another youngster on for the Rovers. Well, hold on to your hats, ladies and gentlemen, because this could be absolutely anything in this last 15 or so minutes here at Underwood Park. Here is the substitute in Rossi, feeding Norris. Norris looking to pick out Field. He does so. Field off the crossbar. Can you believe that? Still could be a chance. Wanderers get it clear through Walkinshaw. Oh boy. The header from Field, looking to get his 2nd goal of the night. Crickmore was rooted to the spot, and thankfully for him, he had the crossbar to save the day. Otherwise it was 3-1, and they would have had the quick reply, the Rovers, and that could have been that. They're still alive though, the Wanderers. Davies clears forward, finds its way to Bregan. Bregan, well, you know what he'll want to do. He'll want to take on Schultz. Schultz is up to the task, though, on this occasion. Puts it out, so it's a throw in to the Rovers. The outdoor football season, well, it is coming to an end, but that doesn't mean you have to stop playing. Futsal is perfect for keeping fit and improving your technical skills come season's end. Keep your outdoor team together and play futsal during the off-season. Visit playfutsalqld.com.au to find out more. Here's Jeremy Stewart to Angus, who's been absolutely everywhere for the majority of this game. Scarf, he wanted the free kick, but the referee waved play on. Ackland's got to be careful because Scarf is charging down, and eventually the Rovers are going to be able to clear. Schultz is in strongly, and Bregan eventually bowls over the Wanderers fullback. And he's earned his side a yellow card as things just getting a little bit heated out there in the middle. We won't mind that yellow card. Reece Bregan, with the effort that he's put in tonight. So Crickmore, this ball almost on halfway, so he's going to come forward to take the free kick. Walkinshaw's there, and the referee gives a free kick to the Rovers. Well, if either side score a goal within these next 11 minutes, the crowd is going to go absolutely mental here at Underwood Park, because it will either be the match winner, you feel, for the Rovers, or it'll be the lifeline for the Wanderers to get the equaliser and push on from there. Walkinshaw keeps the ball in, claims the handball. Referee does give it right on halfway against Graham Fife. The Wanderers have lifted, especially since getting that goal. Entiknap, he'll want to move things on quickly, but he's just waiting for his players to get in a more forward position. In it goes from James Entiknap. Rovers can clear through Fife. Parkinson is back there though to prevent any counter-attack. Davies. Feeds it to Norris. Norris uses Rossi in the middle. Brilliant link-up play. Rossi plays it to Norris out wide. He's got to get past Forshea though. He does so, Todd Norris. And then his passes just let him down. He did all the hard work and just couldn't find the right pass. Not sure what he was looking for on that occasion, but he's had a stellar game, Todd Norris. So he can be excused for that errant pass. As Strogas, he'll find Entignap. Tobin sliding in with the tackle. He's done really well, the substitute. Fife gets around Parkinson. Norris in the middle, looking for Rossi, who goes down. And the free kick to the Wanderers. I think some of the Rovers players and fans thought it was actually going to go their way, but in the end it's gone to the Rovers. So Angus will stand over this one. Crickmore opting not to take this free kick. Michael Angus over it. Melville with the header. Rossi. Here's Norris looking to turn Angus. Done ever so well. Find its way to Rossi. His field on the left if he wants to use him. Just couldn't get it past Forshea, who stood up well to get the interception. Walkinshaw's now forward. Ball played through. Stewart. Flag eventually does go up. Correct decision there from the linesman. I think Stewart knew he was offside, not remonstrating with the referee at all. The Wanderers superstar. Tobin in absolutely no rush to take this for the Rovers, as we have just under 8 minutes of regular time to be played. What an 8 minutes it promises to be. Stenhouse. Angus, who has been so influential in the middle of the park. I'd hate to think of how many touches he's actually got. Schultz won't be able to keep that ball in, as Paul Arneson is going to go to his bench for the first time tonight. And it will be the number 5, Ray Schultz, who is going to be subbed for the number 7, Karl Vonhoff. And also the number 11, Brady Williams, has just come on the park. And it looks like he has been substituted, would you believe it or not, by the number 2, Jeremy Stewart. So that's an interesting move from Paul Arneson.
Second half
taking off their leading goal scorer, but
number 2, Jeremy Stewart, is replaced by number 7.
Can the Wanderers do after that? Here is Vonhoff, looking to get on the end of this. Vonhoff, still he goes, out to Scarf. Scarf goes down, claims, and eventually the referee is going to give a yellow to Michael Scarf, and he has no complaints, so he dive there from Scarf. Thought from this angle that it was actually a free kick to the Wanderers, but Scarf hasn't remonstrated, so definitely no contact in that challenge. As Murphy, the hero, one of the heroes on the night for the Rovers, almost finding its way through to another hero in field. Scarf might be the man. He's already got the penalty, and he's looking dangerous when they are going forward, the Wanderers. Williams, the substitute, who played a full 90 last week, is out there again. Yeah, it's going to get desperate for the Wanderers. Here's Parkinson. Turns the ball over though to Fife, who shows some composure down back, opting to help a hand out. Fife looking for the run of field. Can he track this ball in, Joey Field? He does so. Forshea across with the diving tackle to see it out. We have just under 5 minutes to play here. Field in no rush. The goal scorer. Looking for his fellow goal scorer in Norris. Forshea puts it out. Be another throw in to the Rovers. Might look to eat a couple of minutes off the clock. And maybe even go to the corner. Strogus has done well though. To dispossess. To Antiknap. The run of Williams. Continues his run. The substitute, Brady Williams. Still he goes, down from full-back. To Strogus, who's made up a stack of ground to get back for that. Held up momentarily. Here's Antiknap. In it goes. Can't get past Melville. Now to Forshea. Ball across. Could be a chance. It's Angus. It's a flick on. It's nearly a second for the Wanderers. So close to levelling things up. Well, it would have been fitting for him to get a goal because he's been absolutely everywhere tonight for the Wanderers. So they survived that scare, the Rovers. You can feel the tension around Underwood Park here. Murphy. Forshea with the slight nudge. Referee waves play on that. Strogus to that man in Angus, who does really well to find it to Strogus. Can he get around Ackland? Lockie Strogus. Held up really well by Ackland. Angus to Antiknap. Going this way, that way. Back to Angus. He settles. Plays it to his captain in Arden. Angus gets the ball back again. Looking for the flick over to Forshea. He's got around Fife. Could be a chance. Josh Forshea. Fife did really well to get back and make up for that earlier error. Comes off him though. For a corner to the Wanderers. Antiknap will take. Not long left in this one. Have we got a grandstand finish? Walkinshaw with the header. It's not far over the crossbar from Walkinshaw. He's threatened on so many occasions tonight, the Wanderers centre back. And he did there. He just couldn't direct his header below the crossbar. As it looks like Arneson is signalling to the Wanderers centre back in Walkinshaw to play up front, and he kindly obliges. Field, ball across to Norris. Crickmore though collects. It's going to get desperate here for the Wanderers. Walkinshaw, the header from Tobin. Angus is backtracking again to dispossess the Rovers. Crickmore to Forshea. The switch looking for the substitute in Williams. But Bregan is back there. Now the substitute in Vonoff. Looking for the run of Williams. Now it's the Rovers with plenty of room through Norris. Will they try and get a counter happening? Davies just settling. Melville puts his foot through it. Can't get it past that man again in Angus. Antiknap thought about using Strogus. Instead it goes to the far side through Forshea. Scarf's got a bit of room for the Wanderers. Ball across. Can Walkinshaw get on the end of this? And Declan Murphy, well, for me, he's been one of the players of the match. Declan Murphy standing up on so many occasions when his side needed them to. Especially that chance in the first half, of course, that the Wanderers had. Arden, as we near injury time. Forshea, the direct route. He was looking for Parkinson, but the substitute Tobin was in the way. Here's Scarf. Scarf. He's got Strogus there if he wants. Eventually he picks him out. Lockie Strogus got to get around two Rovers defenders. He's done well initially, but he just had too many players to get around, and the Rovers stood up ever so well, and Ackland is striding forward, and he's been brought down by Michael Angus, and Mick Scarf has kicked the ball straight back into him, and this could kick off if we're not very, very careful here. All players are in amongst there. Crickmore's in amongst there as well, and he's being brought to the ground, and this is ugly scenes here. All players in amongst there. Well, the game's been played in good spirit for the majority of the night. It just takes one incident for things to heat up, and of course it is a grand final, so you can understand things getting heated. Well, the referee, I don't know how he can see exactly what happened there. In that, he's going to have a few tough decisions to make here. It initially started the foul from Angus on Ackland, and then Scarf did kick the ball back into Ackland. I'm not 100% sure if he intentionally meant to do so. It all happened at a very quick pace, but the Rovers, I guess, standing up for their youngster in Caleb Ackland, who's still down, I might add. So they wanted to show some spirit in amongst there. And in amongst all that, we are now in the 92nd minute. As we await the referee's decision. The Football Foundation Queensland has been established to make football in Queensland as inclusive and accessible as possible by providing opportunities, creating community connections, and supporting the growth of football participation across all of Queensland. As the referee is going to go to his back pocket, and he's sent off Phil Davies, but I feel like there might be some more cards coming. And he's going to go to the Wanderers goalkeeper in Denver, Crickmore, and he's given him a straight red as well. And there's more cards coming out as well. Looks like Scarf's going to receive his second yellow. So that'll be 2 off for the Wanderers, 1 off for the Rovers, and in amongst that, Angus has also picked up a yellow card. So as Crickmore and Scarf leave the field, will that be the end of it? As Ackland is down on his haunches. The referee's still having a chat. There could be more. So the reserve goalkeeper and Josh Wall will come on. By the looks. Might be Entignap who's going to be subbed. Well, good luck figuring out how much additional time there's going to be. Because a lot of this happened in the added time. Referee's still having a chat. They may want even more here. We've already seen 3 red cards. Looks like that will be it for the cards, and we can get this game back underway. As Ackland is still down, he's getting back to his feet now. So Wanderers down to 9, Rovers down to 10. As it will be Josh Wall, the reserve goalkeeper for the Wanderers, to come on, and he is going to be replaced by the number 16 in James Entignap. Well, there's a bit of feeling in this game, and you can understand it. It is a grand final. Ackland is well and truly up on his feet now. Can't be long left when we do eventually get this game back underway. As we enter the 96th minute here at Underwood Park. If you're just joining us, the Rovers scored in the first half. Thanks to Joseph Fields, scored in the second half to put them 2-0 up. Thanks to Todd Norris. Wanderers got a goal back through a penalty converted by Mick Scarf. And a tussle right on injury time is what's put us into the 96th minute. What can the Wanderers do here? Vonoff couldn't get around Stenhouse. Can't be long left. Walkinshaw's stayed up there. Stenhouse is there. Here's Parkinson. Referee waves play on and he goes down. Parkinson. Might be a free kick. Referee says no. Parkinson has stayed down as well. And now he'll need some attention. Did appear to be contact there on Parkinson. Could have even given the free kick for the earlier challenge coming in though against the Rovers. Parkinson back up to his feet now as we enter the 97th minute. And now we're seeing a straight red here to Taylor Walkinshaw. Well, I've got to think that's only for something that he said, because there wasn't anything that he did in terms of the play. And Walkinshaw comes off the field. So the Wanderers are now down to 8 players. Well, they've had such a stellar season, the Wanderers, but I'm sure this is not how Paul Arneson would wanted his men to go out. Here's Rossi. As we enter the 98th minute now. Williams, the substitute to take. Back to Williams it goes. He's looking for the run of Strogas, who's now out on that left-hand side, but he won't be able to track that ball in. As Scott McNichol just asks the question of the fourth official, how much longer have we got to go here? So we're about to enter the 98th minute. Can't be long left. Throw in. Ball never went out, said the linesman, so they'll have to do it again, the Rovers. They're in absolutely no hurry to take this one. Angus with the header. And this just chews into the minutes and plays into the Rovers' hands. Arden with the header to Angus. Flick over, Strogas has given away the free kick to Todd Norris back there, lending out a hand in defence. Well, he does it at both ends, the goal scorer, Todd Norris. And that might almost be that. We're about to go into the 99th minute. Stenhouse being asked to hurry up the free kick for the Rovers. And the referee blows his whistle for full time. And the Rochedale Rovers are the grand final winners and the champions of the 2019 Football Queensland Premier League season. As the fans erupt here at Underwood Park. What scenes this is. A game that eventually went into the 100th minute, would you believe? After the scenes we saw, and all the fans have erupted onto the field here at Underwood Park, the home, of course, of the Rochedale Rovers. After they have defeated the Sunshine Coast Wanderers 2-1, thanks to goals. A goal in the first half to Joseph Field, Todd Norris getting the second to put them 2-0 up. They did get a goal back, the Wanderers, but it was only a consolation prize in the end, through the penalty converted by Mick Scarf.
To the Wanderers supporters, absolute pleasure to host you here today.
What a season it has been for the Sunshine Coast Wanderers. In only their second season, premiers, of course, for this season, but it hasn't been their night tonight, with the Rochedale Rovers winning this contest 2-1 on the night. Great scenes here at the end at Underwood Park, with the fans erupting onto the field. And it was a game generally played in great spirits. Got a bit heated towards the end, but the majority of the game was played in great spirits. So it is the Rochedale Rovers going out 2-1 winners, and the grand final winners, I might add, to get the championship after finishing 4th in the regular season. Their first grand final victory since 2011. It's the Rochedale Rovers night tonight here at Underwood Park. I really hope you've enjoyed the coverage. My name's Jared Neck, and on behalf of Football Queensland and Double Take Sports, thank you for tuning in to this live broadcast. I hope you've enjoyed it, and good evening for now.